Before cities, before languages, before fire even, there were the plains of Africa, the cradle of our story, a story not of kings and wars, but of survival, evolution, and emergence. This is the story of how we became human. Our tale begins not with a human, but with a creature, a distant ancestor, Sahelanthropus chadensis. 7 million years ago, in what is now Chad, this ancient primate walked part-time on 2 legs and part-time on all 4s. Not quite ape, not yet human. As forests gave way to savannas, evolution rewarded those who could walk upright. They could see above the grass, carry food, travel farther. Over time, these traits became the foundation of something new, a new kind of being, a new way of life. Millions of years passed. Then came Homo habilis, the handyman. About 2.5 million years ago, they crafted the first stone tools, sharp stones to cut meat, bones to crack open for marrow. Their brains began to grow. Their world began to change. Then came Homo erectus, taller, smarter, more advanced. Around 1.5 million years ago, they discovered fire. Fire meant warmth. Fire meant safety. Fire meant cooked food and longer nights around glowing embers. Communities gathered. Ideas were shared. They didn't just survive, they adapted. Their tools grew sharper. Their steps spread wider, beyond Africa. They migrated across Asia, into Europe. And in these colder, more rugged environments, another kind of human appeared. Neanderthals. Strong, intelligent, and resourceful. For hundreds of thousands of years, they lived through bitter cold, hunting great beasts, crafting weapons, building shelters. They were not mindless brutes. They had culture. They buried their dead. They even had compassion. But still, something was missing. A spark, a shift. A new kind of human was coming. Then, around 300,000 years ago, in East Africa, a new species emerged, United States, Homo sapiens. We were not just stronger, we were smarter. Our brains were complex. We made art, we imagined things that didn't exist. We believed, we dreamed. We painted on cave walls, we created symbols. We worked together, not just in small groups, but in growing communities. By 50,000 years ago, Homo sapiens began migrating across the world. We met, and sometimes mated with, Neanderthals and other early humans. Their DNA still lives in many of us today. But something happened. Gradually, Homo sapiens became the only surviving human species. The others disappeared. And we became the future. So who was the first true human? Evolution doesn't give us sharp lines, only gradual change. But scientists believe that around 200,000 to 300,000 years ago, a small population of Homo sapiens lived in East Africa, people who were biologically like us. Among them, one woman lived whose mitochondrial DNA is still passed down to every living person today. We call her Mitochondrial Eve. She wasn't the only woman alive, but her genetic line is the one that lasted. Through countless generations, her story lives in us all. Our species spread far and wide, across deserts, over mountains, through forests and frozen plains. We reached Australia 65,000 years ago, Europe by 45,000, the Americas perhaps by 20,000 years ago. Wherever we went, we adapted. We built, grew, imagined, and evolved. And one day, we looked to the stars and asked, where did we come from? So who was the first human? There is no single name, no one face. Humanity is not a spark. It is a river, a flowing journey through time, shaped by millions of lives. But one thing is certain. We are all part of that story, in our bones, in our cells, in our dreams. We are the legacy of the plains, the children of stardust. We are Homo sapiens. And this is our story.